Right now at 6, a former Monroe County nurse is charged with having an inappropriate relationship with an inmate.
And in Black River Falls, a well-known community member from the past finally gets his name etched into stone.
You're watching WKBT La Crosse. This is News 8 Now at 6.
Good evening and thanks for joining us for News 8 Now at 6. I'm Ken Kozarowski.
And I'm Amy DuPont. A former jail nurse is facing 2 counts of second-degree sexual assault.
Investigators say 53-year-old Teresa Fenico initially denied she did anything wrong until detectives told her she was caught on camera spending extra time in an exam room with an inmate, and the two could be seen in close contact and possibly kissing.
Fenico told detectives she felt pressured by the inmate to have inappropriate contact. She also admitted to giving the inmate her antidepressant medication as well as tobacco and cash. Fenico is free on bond. She will return to court next week.
The U.S. economy added 263,000 jobs in September. While economists say it's a strong gain, it's down from the month before. It marks the second month in a row of falling totals, pointing to a labor market slowdown.
In a one-on-one interview with one of President Biden's economic advisors, Heather Boucher told News 8 Now, although hiring has slowed from levels earlier this year, she's pleased with the economic recovery from the pandemic and that it is slow and steady.
Which is what we need to see. We need to see those job gains getting down to a level that's sustainable over time, and yet getting people back into work.
According to today's report, the unemployment rate fell back to 3.5% from 3.7%.
So I actually, Boucher says the president's plan to build back plan and investment in child care, they are both helping get people more people back to work, but she acknowledges that more work still needs to be done.
All right. Well, I was on my way in. There's like one tree that's beautiful, like already red right now. I'm kind of waiting for all the other trees to catch up so it's more scenic.
And I hope they're really bright this year because they've been kind of muted the last couple of years.
Right. And I tell you what, today we were talking about this yesterday, how it was kind of like you need the sweater first thing in the morning, then you can just take it off in the afternoon hours. Today, you just needed it all day. We had temperatures in the 40s and 50s. Highs today, there you go. 49 was the high in Viroqua, 50 in Decorah, 48 Preston. Winona, you made it to 52, 49 in Eau Claire. Portions of Winneshiek and Almakee County did see a little bit of frost in the morning hours. Some people had to scrape their windshield this morning. Mid-50s over towards Prairie du Chien as well as Boscobel. Other temperatures across the area in the 40s across the majority of the viewing area. A couple places seeing temperatures in the 50s, and that's Prairie du Chien as well as Boscobel. Decorah, good evening to you guys. You're at 46, 46 in Viroqua as well as Black River Falls and Eau Claire. Winona, you're at 46, 44 in Rochester, 49 is the current temperature in La Crosse. And we're substantially cooler as compared to yesterday. Some places between 2 degrees cooler to 10 degrees cooler depending on your location. Now, the good news is we are going to warm up as we go into your weekend. We'll see temperatures in the 60s for tomorrow going into your Sunday. Now, we do have a freeze warning in effect for the southern half of the News 8 Now viewing area, and we're going to time that out hour by hour in the first alert forecast in a few minutes. Over to you.
All right. Thanks, Eric.
You bet.
Well, 3rd Congressional District candidate Brad Pfaff says his Republican opponent Derek Van Orden does not share Western Wisconsin values. Pfaff pointed to Van Orden's time in Washington during the January 6th Capitol riots. House Majority Leader Steny Hoyer and Wisconsin Representative Gwen Moore joined Pfaff for a press conference today. Pfaff says this race is about choosing someone who's put Western Wisconsin first.
What the people have shared with me is, Brad, this cannot continue. We cannot have somebody that was out there and part of that.
Now, Van Orden did not respond to Pfaff's comments about January 6th. Instead, he sent us a statement that says he speaks to hundreds of folks every week and says people care about inflation and crime. He added, quote, "It's no surprise to see Pfaff standing with radicals that vote with Nancy Pelosi 95% of the time."
October is Domestic Violence Awareness Month, and a local program is providing care to survivors. Gunderson Health System's Domestic Violence and Sexual Assault program helps support victims by pairing them with advocates. Advocates then provide a number of services like crisis counseling and financial assistance. Advocates say getting the word out about the program is a big part of preventing violence.
So knowing that a program like ours is available right here in a healthcare system is important because this is a safe place for people to come and talk to their medical provider or clinician.
The program is free, voluntary, and confidential. A small Wisconsin town tale hasn't had an end until now. One of the first Black River Falls businessmen is finally being recognized permanently.
As News 8 Now's Dua Israr explains, it took 80 years and some work by the entire community.
In a small town,
people can live in a community their entire life and not
really know much.
Some stories are passed down from generation to generation.
There's thousands of stories in those communities.
You'll find others hidden behind stacks of files and newspaper clippings.
He sort of pieced his story together from that.
Historian Paul Ryken's father was a Lutheran pastor in the 1960s.
He had an elder parishioner named Chris Olson.
Officiant Thorwald Ryken spoke at the funeral for Olson's wife, creating a bond between the two men. As a kid, Ryken spent many years at Olson's home.
He never told me the story of Yep Ging. My father did, though.
Yep Ging, the Chinese laundryman.
He became very well known in the community. He was a very kind man who worked very hard.
The story of the only Chinese laundryman of Black River Falls would remain a tale to Ryken for several years.
He signed his...
Until he had a conversation with the historian at Black River Falls Library, Mary Woods.
In those 28 years, there's probably not a story that has touched my lives more than the story of Yep Ging.
A story without an end.
When I asked where is Yep buried, said he's buried in an unmarked grave.
The unmarked grave and the tale tied to it inspired Woods and Ryken to fill in the blanks.
He was one of the first businessmen downtown to have a gramophone, so he wanted to have music playing when people came in.
Ging's story a puzzle.
Yep was known for liking the winter sun.
Pieced together word by word.
He just became more alive to us.
But that wasn't the end for Woods and Ryken. It was making sure
that Yep Ging will never be forgotten.
Donations from the community placed Ging's name where it belongs.
And I'm sure the sun is shining on him.
The tale of the Chinese laundryman spans generations.
I did know Chris as a young man. My own father died 9 years ago. So certainly I was feeling nostalgic as I did it.
And nearly 80 years later,
nobody should be forgotten. Nobody.
The final chapter of this small town tale is etched in stone. Reporting in Black River Falls, Du Esrar, News 8 Now.
Wow.
Awesome stuff. And for more on this history and others about Black River Falls, you can visit the Falls History Project website.
Well, local dogs, they can't contain their excitement. Today marked the ribbon-cutting ceremony at Paws Park in West Salem's Veterans Memorial Park.
People gave a round of applause for all the hard work put in to make local pups happy. It began as an effort from dog owners and involved planning, designing, and raising $50,000 in just over a year. Organizers say putting the time in was worth it for their pets.
It's kind of needed in the area. I think dogs need a place to run and play, and it's a great social activity for all our furry friends.
And get this, the off-leash park isn't yet complete. Organizers are considering adding more elements like agility equipment.
I'm sure the dogs would love it.
Ooh, I can't wait to check it out.
I bet. Well, still ahead tonight at 6, canceled sports during the pandemic left many teens feeling down. New research finds teens are still recovering.
And later, a fall celebration is back. Grab a pumpkin and a pipe. You can do it at Onalaska's Dash Park this weekend.
Your local Ashley store has all the top mattress brands in stock and ready for fast delivery. And right now, you can save up to $700 on your best night's sleep with select Sealy and Ashley sleep mattress sets. Visit your local Ashley store or shop online today.
Blaine's Farm and Fleet's big snacking and candy event is going on now. It's time to stock up and save on a massive selection of craveable chocolates, savory trail mixes, classic candies, and gummy go-tos, all on sale. Like 1-pound bags of Blaine's Gummy Bears, 2 for just $4. 2-pound bags of Farm and Fleet Trail Mix, 2 for $12. And enjoy fresh air indoors with these Best Air furnace filters, just $19.99. Plus, this weekend only, don't miss free in-store samples of our sweet, salty, snackable selection.
Meet Brad Pfaff. He never had a job outside of politics. Seriously, he hung around long enough to climb that political ladder. He'll never fix Washington. He won't even try. Me, I spent 26 years fighting for our country. I served as a Navy SEAL, and I know how to get things done. I'm Derek Van Orden, and I approve this message. Let's try something different. Let's change the people we're sending to D.C.
Now's the time to get a great deal on taking care of your property. You need tractors rated #1 in durability and owner experience so you can do it all and do it right. Z-Series mowers that deliver a quality cut, and Sidekick utility vehicles where durability meets speed. Right now, bring home the Kubota BX Series for 0 down, 0% APR for 60 months, plus save up to $700.
Right now at Ashley, find great deals on bestsellers in-store and online. These trending styles are in stock and ready for fast delivery, so you don't have to wait. Plus, pay no interest for up to 60 months. Visit your local Ashley store or shop online today.
We know, we've told you many times, that the COVID-19 pandemic has taken a toll on the mental health of many of us, especially teens.
Now new research out of the University of Wisconsin finds student athletes suffered significantly during that time.
One, two. Henry Weinpel is sharpening his blocking skills for the big game.
The physical aspect of it and the skill involved, it's all just really fun.
And he does not take his time on the field for granted. The 17-year-old, like many teens, took a big hit when the pandemic took down sports.
It was really disappointing. I couldn't spend time with my friends as much as I used to. It was really difficult to stay in physical shape.
I just had to keep encouraging him to focus on the future.
New research from the American Academy of Pediatrics conference shows when sports were sidelined, teen athletes reported high levels of anxiety and depression and low levels of physical activity and quality of life.
This study was really kind of against the backdrop of the existing mental health epidemic that we've been seeing in adolescents.
Thousands of teens nationwide filled out surveys in May 2020 after sports were canceled, and then 1 year later when sports returned.
Dramatic improvements in physical activity and quality of life, and considerable improvements in anxiety and depression. Unfortunately, we haven't quite gotten back to where we were before, and so continuing to prioritize mental health in adolescents and adolescent athletes is going to be a really important priority for years to come.
Henry is working harder than ever.
The pandemic really got me to realize how important sports were, and it makes me enjoy it that much more.
He comes home every day drenched in dirt and sweat and with a big smile on his face. And I say, how was practice? He said, it was awesome.
Happy to be back with his team, which remains undefeated. Nichelle Medina, CBS News, San Marcos, California.
Had to throw undefeated in there.
Absolutely.
Very important. Researchers say they're also seeing worsening mental health for teen athletes who were not able to get back to sports since those cancellations around COVID.
I remember when those initial stories were coming in May of 2020, and it was sobering.
Disappointment.
Yeah.
You know, and not having a finish, especially for those seniors or kids that never got a start, and just disappointment is hard.
Yeah.
Hard on all of us.
Really hard to come back from, too. Well, the weather is changing this time of year, but arborists say you can still help your trees.
The trick to make sure you're giving them enough water, next.
And in the world of weather, parts of the viewing area under a freeze warning that starts at 1 o'clock in the morning. I'll break everything down hour by hour in the first forecast on the other side of the break. Stay with us.
Did you know Tim Michaels wants to criminalize abortion, even for pregnant rape victims?
But are you willing to support exceptions for rape or incest?
That's correct.
Is that the kind of divisive radical you want as your governor?
This Saturday through Tuesday only, you'll get our best discounts of the whole year. It's Slumberland's Customer Appreciation Sale, and it's a huge deal. Everyone gets an extra 33% off our already low Slumberland prices. October 8th through 11th, shop our wide range of mattresses and furniture. 33% off Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday. The Customer Appreciation Sale, only at Slumberland Furniture. Don't miss this one.
Get the last roof you'll ever need right now with Steel Roofing from Menards. Steel Roofing offers the best wind resistance and superior hail resistance. It's the choice of more and more homeowners in the Midwest. Steel Roofing is available in cut-to-your-length panels for fast installation. Choose from 25 beautiful colors in-store or online. Save big money and get 11% off all Steel Roofing products right now at Menards.
Save big money at Menards.
Ron Johnson and China. Here's how it works.
While in the Senate, Johnson made $57 million from a family business whose growth was directly linked to China. He invested in Chinese factories, and Johnson's family business got $50 million in loans from the Bank of China. Johnson pushed for shipping American jobs overseas, while he got rich. Ron Johnson's out for himself, not us. SMP is responsible for the content of this ad.
Culligan Water delivers. From your first call, to your first sip, to your first soak. Culligan, give us a tap. The only water that comes with a van.
Dr. Mehta knows pain.
Oftentimes, I see patients with pain in their knees, their hips, their back, and it's actually coming from their feet.
Her suggestion?
It's as easy as going into a Good Feet store.
Come in for your free arch support fitting.
Tim Michaels' company has been sued numerous times for sexual assault and harassment. Women said they were groped and pressured to have sex with their bosses. Those who spoke out were fired. Is that the kind of divisive radical you want as governor?
Thank you for watching News 8 Now, our community, your station.
Well, the fall colors are finally arriving, and even though trees seem to thrive on their own, they actually do need a little extra help.
All trees, even your 100-year-old maples, need water, especially during the dry fall season.
Local arborists say trees need an inch of water twice a week, and they've got a clever trick so you can keep track.
You can do that by running your sprinkler and taking like a tuna can, putting that out by the tree, and running it until it fills up to about an inch.
Ooh, okay, easy.
Yeah.
Hess recommends evenly watering the base of your tree so that all of the roots get water, and to do this consistently until the ground starts to freeze. That's supposed to happen around mid-November. We'll see. Depends on where you live.
Yeah, we'll have to ask Eric. Well, if you're looking to get into the fall spirit, the Onalaska Art Keepers have you covered. Tomorrow, the group is hosting a free art auction at their second annual Pumpkin and a Pint at Dash Park. For $10, patrons can paint a pumpkin and get a drink as the Don Harvey duo plays some live music. And organizers say the art available is sure to turn your head.
The art pieces that were posted at businesses and schools and everything around Onalaska, people could go around and do a scavenger hunt, and they'll have the ability to bid and take home their favorite art piece at our live art auction.
Oh, that's cool.
Right? So it'll start at 10 Saturday and run until 2.
Okay, pumpkin and a pint. I like it.
Yeah,
I like it.
It's a quintessential fall combo, I think.
It is. It is. Eric, so folks are going to be outside drinking their pint, listening to music, painting a pumpkin. How should they dress? Because you never know at this time of year.
Oh, absolutely. Temperatures will be in the 50s. Make sure you take a light jacket or a sweater with you. Outside right now, you can see we have mostly cloudy skies. If you look real close on the city cam, right there, you can see the sun setting across the Cooley region. Outside right now, we're at 49 degrees. It feels like 45 out there. Humidity is at 56% with winds out of the north-northwest at 8 miles per hour. All right, let's get into the nitty-gritty, shall we? We have that freeze warning in effect from 1 a.m. until 8 a.m. tomorrow. This is for the following counties, so please pay attention. Winona, La Crosse, Fillmore, Houston, Winneshiek, Allamakee, Crawford, Richland, Vernon, Juneau, and Adams. Again, if you're in one of those counties I just listed, freeze warning starts at 1 a.m. and goes until 8 a.m. Here's what to expect. Overnight lows will be near 25 to 30 degrees. Feels like temperature will be in the upper teens to low 20s. Now here's how to prepare. Let the faucets drip. Cover your sensitive vegetation. Set your heat to a minimum of 65 degrees. And please, please, please make sure you bring your pets in. And don't forget, for weather anytime, day or night, you can grab your phone, scan that QR code. You can hit that QR code and download the free News 8000 First Alert Weather app. That is a free app on the App and Play Store. Now, when you wake up in the morning, temperatures in the 20s and 30s will greet you. 30 in West Salem, 30 in Bangor. You go down towards the New Albany area, you'll see a temperature right around 32, 34 in Lynxville. Gays Mills will go to 33, 26 towards the Alma Center area. Black River Falls will go to 25. And then you go to the northern zone, we'll see temperatures staying in the upper 20s, low 30s. So here's Sky Tracker. Now I want you to keep an eye on these numbers, because once these numbers hit freezing and below, they're going to switch from blue to purple. And here's why I did this, to show you the timing. So there's 2 a.m. Let's add Sparta, Volkfield, Black River Falls, and Eau Claire in the mix. As we go into the 4 o'clock time frame, we'll add Rochester and Austin into the mix. By the 7 o'clock hour, we'll add Preston, Red Wing over towards the Boscobel area, and then we're all out of the freezing zone by 9 o'clock. That's when that advisory expires. Actually expires at 8 o'clock in the morning. But highs tomorrow again back into the upper 50s, low 60s. Then that warming trend continues as we go into Sunday with the high of 65. We'll go to 68 for your Monday. In terms of precipitation, nothing on the radar scan right now. We're on the leading edge of a high pressure system, which is what's keeping us cool for today. We'll get on the back end of it as we go into the weekend, which will allow the wind to shift and will allow those temperatures to go back up into the upper 60s, low 70s for next week. So for tomorrow, we'll start the day off with abundant sunshine. The clouds will pick up as we go into your evening and overnight hours. The weekend, there you go, upper 50s, low 60s for tomorrow. How about mid 60s for your Sunday? So the details of the first alert forecast for the evening and overnight hours. We'll see temperatures going into the upper 20s, low 30s. Widespread frost will be your main concern. Mostly clear skies will be the main issue there, with winds out of northwest at 5 to 10 miles per hour. The timeline for tomorrow, you see the 8 o'clock time frame shaded in red. That's because we had that alert night with temperatures going into the 20s and 30s, back into the upper 50s by the 4 o'clock hour. The next 8 days really quick. We go to 73 for Tuesday. Shower chances Tuesday and Wednesday, then back into the 50s Thursday, going into next weekend. Guys, over to you.
All right, thanks, Eric.
You bet.
Coming up, it's week 7 of high school football.
Our own Kate Overton's at Luther ahead of their big matchup against Bangor for our News 8 Now Game of the Week. Don't go anywhere. Sports is next.
The Board Store inaugural Fall Home Show is underway. A $250 discount coupon is yours just for stopping by to see all the new displays and updates we have made. We'd love to meet you.
There's no other place where my story is possible. My mom was a teacher. My dad worked third shift. It was our ticket to the middle class. That's the promise of America I'll fight to protect. While others send our jobs overseas, I'll bring manufacturing back. Invest in our own workers and stock our shelves with American products. And with a middle-class tax cut, you'll be able to keep more of what you earn. I know the promise of America, and no one will fight harder to protect it. I'm Mandela Barnes, and I approve this message.
Perkins burger, fries, and pie combos are back, starting at just $10.99. Mix and match any of our 100% Angus beef burgers, like our barbecue Tangler burger, breakfast burger, and the all-new Smokehouse Bacon Double Cheeseburger. Served with crispy fries and a slice of any of our famous Perkins pies. And don't forget to order seasonal treats from our bakery, like our fresh-baked pumpkin pies and muffins. Order online at perkinstogo.com.
I'm Sheriff Jim Johnson. I'm Sheriff Eric Severson. We've got the real story on Mandela Barnes. Barnes wants to defund our police, but he spent over $600 grand of your money on police protection for himself. Barnes wants to eliminate bail for violent felons, and his administration has already released over 800 criminals, including 44 child rapists. Take it from us. Mandela Barnes policies are a threat to your family.
I'm Ron Johnson, and I approve this message.
Find comfort in your world in Stressless Furniture. Take a time out, have a seat, and enjoy a special offer from Drury's in Fountain, Minnesota. When you purchase just 2 Stressless chairs or a sofa, you'll earn $750 towards Eckerness accessories or additional seating. With 4 seats, like a sofa and a chair, you'll earn $1,100. And with 6 seats, you'll have $1,500 to spend. Don't wait. It's time for Stressless. It's happening now at Drury's in Fountain, Minnesota. Voted your favorite furniture store.
Covering all of the exciting action from your community, here's News 8 Now's Rob Schiff.
We're getting close. Just 2 weeks left in the Wisconsin high school football regular season. The playoff brackets will be revealed next Saturday, but for now, teams still have their eyes on the prize, a conference title on the line for a lot of squads throughout the Cooley region. And our own Kate Overton is at Luther High School tonight for a big Scenic Bluffs matchup with conference title implications. Kate, take it away.
Yeah, Rob, it might be the coldest Friday we've had of the year, but it's so fitting for our game of the night. You mentioned I'm here at Luther High School, where the 6-1 Knights are hosting the 6-1 Bangor Cardinals in a huge matchup. If the Knights win here tonight, they will be facing Cashton next week in the Scenic Bluffs Conference Championship game. Now, I'm joined now with Coach Jeff Comey. Now, Coach, you guys have had a lot of success this season, but now you have maybe one of your toughest games against Bangor. You guys got the best of them last year, but what was your message to the team getting them ready for this week?
Well,
no secret that they're one of the better teams in the area, and we knew we'd have to bring our best game for them. And we're just really excited for the opportunity to even be in this position right now. And it's just work hard every day and leave it all out here in the field tonight. That's what we're looking to do.
Awesome. Now, maybe your two toughest games of the season scheduled at the very end of the year. You have Bangor this week and Cashton next week. Does it kind of feel, I know the playoff selection show doesn't get kicked off till next Saturday. Does it kind of feel like the playoffs, though?
Well, it certainly has that feel to it a little bit, and the guys sure feel that way. As coaches, of course, we always say one game at a time, but they're not, they know what's going on. They know what's at stake, and real excited for the opportunity just to go against two of the better teams in the area. And you can't be the best if you don't beat the best, and we're gonna give it a whirl, see what happens. Hopefully the ball bounces our way. So.
All right, Coach, well, best of luck tonight. I'm sure a lot of people will be tuned in watching the Luther Knights. Tonight, during our highlight zone, we'll have the highlights of this game and many other games across the area, as always, during our highlight zone tonight at 10:30. A lot of teams looking to go into next week with conference title hopes. It'll be a good one tonight, so be sure to tune in. Rob?
All right, Kate, thanks. We'll also have some Minnesota high school action as Caledonia is putting its undefeated season on the line as the Warriors take on 5-1 Chatfield. Don't miss our News 8 Now highlight zone coming up tonight. Well, if you're a Brewers fan, you're going to love this. Playoff baseball started today. The Cardinals with a 2-run lead in the ninth, but that's when it all falls apart for St. Louis. The Phillies hadn't scored all game, but they answer with 6 runs in the top of the ninth. They stunned the Cardinals 6-3 the final in St. Louis. Game 2 of that series is tomorrow. Cardinals with their season on the line tomorrow, a must win because they're playing best of 3 this year as opposed to that one-game wild card.
Yeah, there is definitely some good feelings watching the Cardinals struggle in the late innings, so I appreciate that. Thank you, Philly. All right.
They have moms too, you know.
Ah, whatever. We'll be right back.
Connect with us on Twitter at News8News. Or you can always find us at news8000.com.
Score great savings Friday through Sunday at Ashley Furniture Outlet with recliners starting at $330, beds as low as $290, and up to 80% off clearance items. Only at Ashley Furniture Outlet in Arcadia, off Flashco Avenue and State Road 93.
Round and round she goes. Where she stops, nobody knows. Remodeling your kitchen or bath should not be a gamble, where you go here and go there and everywhere to find all the necessary products, hoping you can then coordinate the carpenter, plumber, electrician, and flooring installation. A dream project can quickly become a nightmare. Here on Copeland Avenue, find the products, designers, and our own team of carpenters, plumber, electricians, and flooring installers to complete your project on time and on budget. One stop for worry-free remodeling experience, the Board Store.
Long before women could vote, Wisconsin politicians wrote a law that banned abortion and jailed doctors who performed them.
The 1849 law is an exact mirror of my position.
Tim Michaels would ban abortion, even in cases of rape or incest, and send doctors to jail for performing them. It's not 1849 anymore, and while we might not have been able to vote back then, we sure can now.
Right now at Ashley, find great deals on bestsellers in-store and online. These trending styles are in stock and ready for fast delivery, so you don't have to wait. Plus, pay no interest for up to 60 months. Visit your local Ashley store or shop online today.
Freeze warning in effect starting at 1 a.m. and goes until 8 a.m. tomorrow for the counties shaded in blue. Make sure you have that News 8000 First Alert weather app on your mobile device.
Cover your plants, protect your pets.
Yes.
We'll see you at 10.